Good evening. It's happened yet again in America. Yet again in America, innocent families are slumped to their knees in grief, waiting a day later to receive the bullet-riddled bodies of their children and parents, spouses and siblings, slaughtered in senseless gun violence. Yet again in America, we search our souls for answers, beg our leaders for solutions that thus far have not come. We did this just 1 week ago after a man with a gun went spa to spa, shooting up buildings and murdering the unsuspecting around Atlanta. Congress last month scheduled hearings on gun violence with Washington discussions beginning today. Yet again in America. And uniquely American, this happens with regularity in large numbers as a pattern just here. Nowhere else. Granted, mass shootings like the ones around Atlanta and in Boulder represent only a small fraction of our nation's gun violence. But attacks like these are all the more traumatizing, perhaps because after the fact, we can all put ourselves there. We can picture ourselves in line at the pharmacy, excited and relieved to get the vaccine that might allow us to return to school or work, to see a movie, to hug our older parents and grandparents, finally. We can relate to being at a supermarket, kids running all about the aisles, scooping up some goodies for the family to enjoy together in these first fresh days of spring. Some of us know the tranquility of a couple's massage like Delania Ashley Yuan and her husband Mario Gonzalez were about to experience at Young's Asian Massage in Atlanta last week, until the gunman there murdered her and left her husband of 1 year alone with their 2 children. "What am I going to do?" Mr. Gonzalez asked a news site in Spanish. "That murderer left only my pain." So now we know what it looks like and sounds like when the regular stops along our journeys in an instant deliver a turning point in our lives or end them. Yet again in America. So many of the must-dos are now occasionally shrouded in fear, like sending our kids to school. Columbine, Little Rock, Pearl, Parkland, Santa Fe, Newtown, University of Texas, Virginia Tech, fear of gun violence. At work, a stadium, a movie theater, a house of worship, a supermarket, or a spa. As for details on yesterday's event, they're scant. An affidavit unsealed today shows the suspect bought a Ruger AR-556 similar to this one last Tuesday. The affidavit indicates his sister-in-law told investigators she saw the suspect playing with a gun she thought looked like a machine gun in the days before the mass murder at the King Soopers. The killer did not spray the place. It was a few pops here, a few more there, said one witness. And as another recalled, shoppers stampeded towards the front doors, while others escaped the horror through an employee stocking exit in the back. And still others ran free after cops created a hole in the ceiling, while the man with the gun continued on his mission and murdered 10 innocent people. Yet again in America. On last week's murders, cops in Atlanta have not yet learned or divulged the accused killer's motive. They've told us he said it related to a sex addiction. But with 6 of the 8 victims there of Asian descent and a spike in anti-Asian violence after a narrative of China virus and China aggression, they're ruling nothing out. 18 dead, 2 cities, 2 gunmen, 1 week. Is this shocking to you? Debilitating? Unimaginable? Or is it one of those things that happens yet again in America? Sadly, routine. Oh, the pattern paused as the nation did for the pandemic, but now it picks up right where we left off. Before the lockdowns, there was a shooting spree last March in Springfield, Missouri, across 5 miles that left 4 dead. Remember that? And weeks earlier, at a beer company in Milwaukee, a disgruntled worker shot and killed 5 employees and then himself. Remember the details of that one? They do in Milwaukee. Or Las Vegas, or the Pulse nightclub, the synagogue in Pittsburgh, the Sikh temple in Wisconsin, the Baptist church in Texas, the Bible study in Charleston. You remember something of many, maybe, as a news viewer and consumer. Likely not all 41 mass shootings in public places over the last 5 years. But survivors will tell you, you never forget if you saw that killer up close in the cereal aisle or by the massage table, or if you smelled the blood after, or buried your child. You can't forget. Ever. Each time we hear kids cry, parents pray, and politicians promise, and then it happens again in America. Here, a pharmacy tech who survived the Boulder killing spree. Here, a woman kneels in Atlanta at a makeshift memorial for the victims there. They'll remember. Now, gun laws, regulations, background checks, soft targets, body armor, death penalty, mental health, time for action, I promise, thoughts and prayers. We hear you. We heard you as I delivered an almost carbon copy of this report on August 5th of 2019 on another network. Identical, but with names, places, and circumstances updated for today's recitation. We hear you. Then, now, and in the not distant enough future, we likely will hear you. Yet again in America.